Michael?
Yes.
Hey, buddy, you're talking to Jim Norton and Matt Serra and Harley Flanagan.
Hey.
How you doing?
What's up, champ?
How are you?
Good. You sound good. You sound very energized today.
Oh, yeah, I've had 2 coffees. Hold on. Tito, out. Let me get my dog.
Okay.
Walks around and, you know, you hear his nails on the wood and shit. What's going on, guys?
What's his name? Tito, your dog?
No, Dito.
Oh, Dito. Okay.
Everybody says that. They say, you called your dog fucking Tito Ortiz? No, I didn't.
You know why?
It was a name on his papers when we got him, but it's a stupid name.
That is hysterical. My buddy Patrick Cote, when I first met him, his dog was named Tito, or after Tito Ortiz, and the guy ended up fighting him too. So that's fucking funny.
Yeah. Well, he's French, so you know they're not too clever.
We got to start with
Right off the bat. Listen. I might be one of the rare dudes. I mean, not rare dudes because I know he has fans, but I fucking love Michael Bisping.
I love Michael.
I'm a big fan, champ.
What do you mean you might be one of the rare Michael Bisping? I have legions of fans.
Of course you do.
Legions.
And you got like an equal amount of haters, but I'm not one of them. I like, dude, you always speak your mind. You never shy away from a beef if anybody's got a problem. I like you.
Yeah, you seem you're comfortable calling people out.
At the end of the day, we're cage fighters, for crying out loud. You can dress it up however you fucking want. Oh, I'm a martial artist. No, you're not. You're a fucking cage fighter. You step in there, you fight people for money. So if I give my opinion, that should be the least of their worries.
You, what did you think? I thought of you immediately after the Silva Brunson fight. I thought Brunson won. What did you think of that fight?
Yeah, I thought Brunson won the fight. Although I guess I could kind of make a weird argument for Silva winning rounds 1 and 2. But my overall takeaway from the fight was that, you know, Anderson Silva could have won the fight at any moment. He certainly seemed like the better fighter. He was successful for the most part in stopping the takedowns. When he did let his hands go or his feet go and do something, Brunson was kind of scared and was, you know, kind of running away from him. Anderson was a better fighter, but he clowns around all the time. He clowned the fans, he clowned the public, he clowned his opponent, and ultimately he clowned himself because he's just losing fans these days.
Yeah, he said he wants a rematch with you and that he thought he won the fight with you. And I guess, look, when you win, you have to say something. But
sure.
How do you feel about him calling you out like that? And is there a shot at you having a rematch with him?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, of course he's going to say that. At the end of the day, you know, we went to a decision and, you know, my face looked worse than his. So, you know, he you know, he's going to say whatever makes him sleep at night, whatever makes him feel better. Will there be a rematch? I'll tell you this. I saw that Dana said if Anderson was to beat Brunson, then he'd get a title shot. And I thought, great, you know, because that would do big business. But not after that performance. After that performance, I don't think people are going to pay $60 to watch him fight. I really don't. So I guess even though he won the fight, I don't see people clamoring to see Anderson Silva fight for the title again.
Now, there's been some back and forth between you and Romero. Did he actually call on your radio show and set up a GoFundMe page for your medical expenses?
Yeah, no, he did. You know, I mean, I guess God bless him. These morons that I have around him. Just thought that was funny. He's been on a tirade of abuse lately, and, you know, as I said, God bless him. You've got to do what you can do to get fights and get noticed in this game. He set up a GoFundMe page. I guess that was kind of cute, you know. But I will take that money. I've said this. Thank you. I think there's like $220 in that GoFundMe. So the joke's on you, dickhead. That money. I'm going to go to a nice spa. I'm going to get a good massage, maybe a glass of champagne, and that's all on Yoel Romero. So thank you very much.
No,
you're going to go?
I was just going to say, so you haven't made a decision or it hasn't been determined? Because I don't feel like you're ducking him. People are saying that you're ducking Yoel Romero, but you don't seem to me like you're ducking him at all. It seems to me like you're waiting to see which is going to be the biggest payday for you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've never ducked anybody. And certainly now that I've got the belt, you know, you can't do that. Of course, you know, now when you're in that position, you know, you do want to try and make smart business choices, but you've got to find the best guys. You know, after I won the belt off Luke Rockhold, the UFC called me a couple of days later and offered me Dan Henderson, and I know that ruffled a few feathers in the middleweight division. And now, you know, people want more than ever for me to face the number one contender. You know, so great. I mean, I've got no problem doing that. I want to do that. I don't want my legacy to be somebody that avoided the best guys. Far from it. You know, I fought the best guys my entire career. Why am I going to stop doing that when I become the champion, that doesn't make sense. But also at the same time, I want to capitalise on this position that I'm in. So we'll see. I haven't been offered anything official from the UFC, but if they offer Yoel Romero, then fuck it. I'm all for it. I would love to punch that guy in the face. I recognise that he's a tough individual. He's got great wrestling. He's a physical specimen. He's explosive. But I also see a guy that's very beatable. Chris Weidman was doing a great job in that first round. Yes. And if he carried on doing that, he would have won that fight. He just made a couple of mistakes and, walked onto a flying knee. But when I look at Romero, I see a guy that's beatable for sure.
Now, we're going to get back to the fighting in a second, but how exciting was it, and did you enjoy the process of the whole movie-making thing with the, what is it, Triple X?
Yeah, Triple X.
How was that?
No, it was awesome. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've been chipping away at the acting thing for a little bit now, and, I've done lots of straight-to-DVD shit that no one's ever going to watch. But being a part of Triple X was, it was just a great experience. Obviously, the cast was amazing, but every day the stuff we were doing, the fight scenes, the explosives, the weapons training, all that stuff. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I would pay to go and do. So just being a part of it was awesome. The movie's done fantastic. I think internationally, it was the #1 movie, box office wise, internationally. So it's doing great, and being a part of that was awesome.
Congrats on that. But you know what I loved? I don't know if I want to see who's seen this. It was you did this with I might have told you this before on your show. That what was it? The clip you did with Renato? From Snatch. From Snatch, right? Yeah. What was that? That was that was fucking great. That was so good.
Yeah. No, that was Renato Laranja. I mean, he's a funny guy. Funny, so he came to me with that idea, and I was like, yeah, of course. I mean, who doesn't love Snatch? And of course, Renato Laranja is, he's a funny dude. So that was cool.
So much fun. Jimmy, you ever see Snatch?
I did not. No.
You did not see Snatch?
I know.
You love Snatch.
I do.
It has nothing to do with it.
I'm a big fan. I rented the wrong film.
He rented the
different Snatch.
Hey, we would also be we'd be silly geese if we didn't ask you about GSP. It's been announced that he's back with the UFC, and people are talking about him and you fighting. So I guess he wants to go up in weight. How do you feel about your first fight, his first fight, possibly being you?
Well, so here's the thing. I mean, as I said, if they offer me the #1 contender, I'll take the #1 contender. If they offer me GSP, listen, I'd be a fool not to take GSP. So, of course, I'd take GSP. If they were to offer that fight, which, as I said, there's been no word of that yet. I hope they do, but, whether it's Yoel or GSP, who cares? GSP coming back after 3 years. I think it's a tough fight for GSP, if I'm honest. Everybody knows, well, fighters know, that when the hardest part of fighting, of course, is very, very physical, but the hardest part is the mental aspect, the self-doubt, the inner demons. And GSP kind of had a tough fight against Johnny Hendricks last time out, and I think spending 3 years away, coming back, stepping up a weight class, and fighting me, I think that's a bad idea for George St. Pierre. If he wants to do it, God bless. But I see that fight ending for me pretty well. I mean, everybody knows George is going to look for the takedown on the ground and pound. I'm the bigger guy. I've got pretty good takedown defense. If he took me down, I get straight back up. And on the feet, I see it as one-way street. I'm by far the bigger boxer. I'm the bigger, taller, longer guy, and just better skilled on the feet anyway. So if George wants to do that, God bless him, and I admire his courage. But I think, the fight hasn't even been offered yet. But if it is offered, put your money on me.
Sure. He does. I'll tell you, Mike, you don't get enough credit for that. You have a very good takedown defense, but I don't remember anybody holding you down. You're hard to hold down. You have very good hips. How often are you working off your... I know you work everything. Everybody works everything, and you're the champ, but how often are you working off your back straight up jiu-jitsu? Because I'm telling you, it's underrated. You're hard to hold down.
Hold on 1 second. This dog
fucking Dino.
He's fucking whining away. Harry!
It was a great question I asked you. I don't even think I remember
it was a great question. All I hear in the background is...
And I'm giving you a compliment.
I was just saying, obviously I'm English, and we don't have a wrestling program. We don't do it at school or anything like that. So we're always going to be at a disadvantage wrestling-wise. And I kind of recognized that from an early period in my MMA career. And what I would do was, whenever I would start my sparring, I'd always start off my back. So I always had to fight back to my feet, to be able to use my striking. And I used to drill that all the time. And I drill off my back all the time. I drill the way I get back to my feet all the time. In fact, it's very, very simple to get back to your feet. I mean, when you've done it as many times as I have, it's so easy. Getting back to your feet is easy. And I watch fights and I think, Jesus Christ, just get back to your feet. Come on. There's some pretty basic steps you just follow and you get back to your feet pretty easy. Jiu-jitsu wise, I mean, I would like to be doing jiu-jitsu more. And that is my what shall we say? What do you say? My New Year's resolution. I'm going to do more jiu-jitsu this year. Right now, I'm recovering from knee surgery. I had a knee surgery a few weeks ago, so I'm limping around the house at the moment. But as soon as I can, I'll be back in there. I'll be working my jiu-jitsu, working my wrestling, working everything, you know. But, yeah, you know, I like to roll. It's fun.